What is up, FBL Molers? We're here 5 weeks late for week 1 of FBL. Sorry about that. Got busy and lazy and didn't want to record any of my games. But we're here now. I'm joined by Mr. Fruit to help me go through these games.
Hi everybody, I'm Wagon Fruit. I'm gonna join games.
Yippee, yippee. He's here to join games. So this week we're up
Join
against
games.
Alice, whose team will be somewhere over here, somewhere beautifully over here. And they have a team that generally the mon quality is a little low, but it matches up super well defensively into our team, and we have very little counterplay for Terra Annihilate. It can kind of just rip our team apart. The set I believe that we were expecting, we were prepping like 5 weeks ago, was like a Terra Ghost or a Terra Fairy AV type set to help out checking with Thunderous. I feel like we expected them to want to check Thunderous with the AV, right? Because Thunderous looked like a big threat.
I think it was either that or we were expecting a really spit F and then taunt set to block Whirlwind. It was probably one of those two.
Yeah. That's about what we were expecting. And then what else was a big thing? We didn't expect Latios to come to this game. I remember that because we had Tinglu, Scizor, and Screamtail, which all kind of shut it down. Spoilers.
Yeah, and I don't look at the matchup, but I also don't expect the Latios to get brought into this.
Yeah. Aloe is really annoying for my team to break, especially with Greninja. Aloe can kind of shut that Pokemon down for 1 billion turns. Moltres is annoying for Scizor, of course, and our Tinglu, if we just ran like the standard Earthquake, Ruination, Whirlwinds, and Spikes, it'd be pretty hard to break that guy. And even our best progress maker, Thunderous, which just looks really good into the matchup, has a couple of really annoying checks for it, being Volt Absorb, Jolteon, and Porygon 2. So we wanted to build around checking those guys. And there's also Iron Treads, which is why we're Terra Fighting. Very cool. So that's the first Pokemon. This was like our main progress maker, if I remember correctly. We brought an Assault Vest, Terra Fighting Thundy. We were Assault Vest to help us live some of the annoying weaknesses that we gained from Terraing Fighting, like into Diancie and Lottie, but Lottie shouldn't come, realistically. Moltres was the big one, though. We didn't want to like instantly fold versus a Hurricane, so we really wanted to be able to tank those and threaten it back.
It was Moltres, and then it was also Alluring Voice Jolteon, and then also with Volt Absorb being able to confidently come in on T-Wave Porygon 2 and abuse it by getting an entry point.
Yep, and of course we're running Knockoff for the Porygon 2. If we can position this Pokemon in front of Aloe, for example, we can throw off a pretty free Knockoff into the team.
And not get like AV mirror coated. Just remove the AV first so we don't actually get blown up and destroyed.
Yeah. Good point. I do remember that being one of the things that we were considering when we were prepping. Otherwise, we're just Terra Blast because it destroys treads and does pretty well into a knocked off Porygon. Oh, we have both. We're raw as shit. We have both. Oh yeah, Focus Blast, O-Code Porygon 2. That was the thing. If we knock it into Focus Blast, it just fucking explodes. And otherwise, Thunderbolt looked pretty spammable into the team, especially since we didn't think Lottie was coming. The set seemed fine. Just clicking its buttons, getting some progress made, and not dying to the problem Pokemon that we expected to come. Next up, we have this dumbass Greninja, where Black Sludge Switcheroo. This is our lead in this matchup, and the reason that we're this set is because we expect that his only real good defensive counterplay to Greninja is to go to either Shaman, which looks pretty stinky poopy in the matchup, or Aloe. And if we can remove Aloe's boots and trick it the Black Sludge, of course, it gets chipped down pretty easily throughout the game. So Greninja can actually blow past the team in that way. And also versus Shaman, we can just click Sludge Wave turn 1, turn into a poison type, and not even reveal that we have the Black Sludge. So if he goes hard Aloe on that turn, for example, we're looking pretty good, you know? Because we don't reveal the item, we can just trick it and give it the debuff for the rest of the matchup. And then otherwise, it actually looks pretty good in the team. Water Dark coverage hits this team pretty hard, except for Annihilate, which is like probably the biggest problem there.
Nothing hits Annihilate if it's AV, bro.
So
it's
true.
But this is a set that originated for me versus Zom in Civil War, where nobody had any progress makers, and Zom drafted the bulkiest shit of all time, which included an Alomomola. So the idea is, if certain things Sludge Wave, if other things Switcheroo, and then play from there.
Yeah. There are situations where this could go bad, but leading Greninja seems pretty good. It leads well into Treads, for example. Moltres as well. Jolteon is like the only scary lead, but we have a couple of checks to that Pokemon that we'll talk about in a second as well. That kind of make that not as scary. Next up, we got Scizor. Sorry.
I mean, to be completely honest, I don't fully condone this set in this matchup because when I brought this Greninja into Zom, there was no way it could go wrong. Like I was able to confidently click one of those bottom two moves into every Pokemon. If they did lead Jolteon, he was kind of just fucked because now his Greninja comes in and takes the Black Sludge, and then Zom is fully expecting it to get switcherooed over.
Yeah.
Or not Zom, but like his opponent.
Yeah. But it's fine. We'll figure it out later. Next up, we got Scizor. We're, of course, protective pads because Moltres is a problem. And then it's pretty standard past that. It's just Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Close Combat, and Defog. Honestly, if I remember correctly, I didn't even have this Pokemon on the paste initially, but I kept getting Hazards stacked and Mocks, so I was like, fuck, I need some Defog on this team bad. So I decided to put the Scizor on the paste. Bullet Punch helps out with like Terra, Fairy, Annihilate, which we thought looked pretty threatening into the team.
Yep, still do.
Excuse me. It also helps versus the Double Fairy. U-Turn was probably the move that we were going to click for 90% of the game because, like, Herder, Moltres, or Aloe are going to come in on this Pokemon 1,000 times. Let's position Thundy type shit. And Close Combat's here for Porygon and the Iron Treads, of course. I could not tell you what this investment is for, though. This is a mystery to me. But yeah, I mean, it's not great until we can break past the Aloe and the Moltres, of course. But if we could break past them, this Scizor looks kind of threatening. He does have Double Fairy, so, you know, swag. Next, we got Tinglu. Hello, Tinglu. We are EQ, Ruination, Stone Edge, and Spikes. We felt pretty confident not running Whirlwind here because we totally expected either AV or Taunt Ape to make an appearance, so there really wasn't much of a point in trying to Whirlwind it. We are Super Spadef invested. This helps out versus... I think we still did prep this for Lottie, right?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to have some kind of Lottie check, but I mean, this also probably covers like Jolteon or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, tell the viewers exactly what every single one of these stat points do, Chef.
Lol. I'm pretty sure this attack does let Stone Edge Oko like most Moltreses. I think if I had to take a guess. Fuck if I could tell you what the rest. Right. Why are we running 60 speed, bro? What could that be for? Actually,
tell them what that's for.
Probably Diancie or some shit, right?
Probably,
right? I don't know.
Probably.
This is probably not a good EV spread. You'll see in later weeks that I figured out how to run Tinglu a little better. Yeah, swag. Tinglu's here to check all the special guys, click Ruination, get that spike up to really fuck with Annihilate, and Treads getting chipped is pretty good, and if we can like force it into a position where like Treads has to come in on Thunderous or something, it's like, okay, does he try and do damage, or does he spin to get rid of the spikes to help out versus with the Annihilate and the presumably not heavy duty boots Aloe once we trick it, right? So it seemed pretty cool. Just to get that going. Next up, we need something for Annihilate. As I mentioned, it's the biggest threat into our team, and Gulp. We didn't have any in our first four outside of like, well, if it's this Terra type, we can slap the shit out of it. So we brought an Encore Screamtail for it. We always outspeed Annihilate, and what the fuck does this set do? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, this is probably the last time you'll see a Screamtail with like leftovers and a passive set.
Yeah. No, we don't run this for the rest of the season.
Something like this.
We ran Wish.
He's not even done with the season, but
yeah, true. Yeah. Just spoilers for my last 3 games. I doubt I'll bring a Screamtail like this. We did put Wish on this set because we anticipated that he has such a bulky team into us that like surely this game will last a long time. So having Wish for like Tinglu and Thunderous seemed like reasonable. Yeah, swag. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Screamtail. It's doing Screamtail things. Like, it checks the Lottie. It's mainly just here to Encore the Annihilate, though. I couldn't... Sorry, this was 5 weeks ago, folks. I could not tell you what this investment does. And then lastly, we got this dumbass kommo-o here. We are a Helmet Iron Defense Roar set that is meant to help out versus some Annihilate, specifically like an AV Annihilate. that we were really tunnel visioned on this AV Annihilate. Spoilers, the set might not work out too well. But yeah, we're IDEF, Body Press, and Draco. The idea of this set is that if, like, Moltres comes, for example, if we can chip it down early with the combination of these Pokemon, and especially threatening with Thundurus, kommo-o actually can be a sort of win condition by clicking Iron Defense and Body Press into a team that the only real resist is fucking Annihilate, and if that tears out, cool. Because Moltres is so, like, defensively needed for, like, Scizor, for example, and that just gives Thundy entry points, so it seemed pretty good. We slapped on Draco last to at least be able to threaten the Lottie in the event that it does come, and also threaten the Moltres, right? Is that right?
Yeah, it was that. It's just pretty much just cover as much as possible in a slot.
Yeah.
So just, yeah.
So, this prep was, it was okay, I think. You can definitely tell I was uncomfortable with this team week one, and if you're noticing that we sound pretty down on this game, that's because we are. So let's just get into this one real quick. So off lead, no Moltres, Lottie is here. What the fuck, right? He didn't bring Jolteon, he didn't bring P2. So I'm thinking at matchup, I'm pretty sure I was thinking like, okay, well, Thundy looks amazing, right? There's literally nothing for it outside of this AV Annihilate. I guess I should show Terra types too, right? Yeah, he's Terra fighting Annihilate, so it's not even resisting the T-Bolt here. So I'm like, okay, this looks really good. Lottie is here. We don't have the coverage move for it necessarily, but that's okay. Lottie was not a Pokemon that we were super threatened by with these three freaks, honestly.
Yes, still not threatened by.
Definitely not. Oh yeah, kommo-o is Terra Steel, by the way. I forgot to mention that, but that'll be a mystery mouse Cthulhu that'll help us later. So yeah, let's just get into it. So we lead Iron Treads into lead Greninja and Iron Treads, and I'm thinking, oh hell yeah! So this is like ideal, right? So I can just click Switcheroo here. He will only stay if he's Pasho Berry, and then if he is, he'll just die turn 2. So I'm thinking he's always going to go Aloe here. This is exactly what we wanted to have happen, right? This is great. So turn 1 goes by. He stays in. I'm like, okay, it's Pasho Berry. Cool. It reveals that it was weakness policy.
It's a weakness policy.
And I will say, after the game, we ran a calc. My exact Greninja set did about 130% min roll to those Iron Treads. It was not defensive in any way. He said, haha, this set would have worked versus a better player, and I wanted to punch my computer.
Wait, you muted. You muted.
Hey,
oh, wait, no, you didn't.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So that didn't go too well, needless to say. He said, I don't know if you heard me say, but I remember in post-game chat he said this would have worked versus a better player. And spoiler alerts, this guy is number 1 seed in the league right now, so lol. Go figure. So that didn't go too well. My Greninja is now chipped into like a really uncomfortable amount of HP, and here we click pump as he goes Annihilate. That's pretty bad. He gets a Rage Fist boost off rip. So this is going about as bad as it possibly could have. Even if you went Annihilate turn 1, if we tricked it the Black Sludge, we are big chilling, right? That feels great. If you went Aloe, that was literally the game plan. He stayed in with Treads like he knew my pace or something. I don't know. that was some real freak behavior. I don't know what to tell you, man.
What is he doing that for?
Doing what? All right, we're back. Sorry, Mr. Fruit disconnected, so if there's a random jump cut, that's why. But anyways, we're in a pretty bad position right now. Wait, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
cool.
I was just saying I died.
Okay. So we're in a bad position now. The Annihilate is now Rage Fist boosted. And here I'm thinking, okay, he is probably going to just throw off a fighting move or a bulk up here. But Rage Fist is decently likely because it would kill my Greninja here. So I can't just go hard Scream Tail. So my initial switch into this is just going to be the kommo-o, which we do. It also reveals leftovers. Oh no, I did go hard Scream Tail. I'm the GOAT. Okay, he went hard Aloe.
You went Scream Tail.
What the fuck? Okay, this was 5 weeks ago, folks. I don't know. That was a dumbass play on my part. Well, now he's threatening the Rage Fist. I'm like, derp, hello kommo-o. Hits the field. Doesn't take a whole lot, and it reveals... oh, we get a Wish Pass. GOAT. we're fucking chilling. All right, it bulks up here. Now, I make my first misplay, which was going for Iron Defense. I think I should always be clicking Roar that turn, because as it showed, it can't immediately threaten us too bad, and at least forcing this Pokemon out gets us somewhere, right? But now it's a real problem. We can't body press it because, you know, it's a ghost type still. It hasn't Terra'd. And Draco is not really threatening it for any amount of damage, and that will just give it boosts. I should just be forcing this Pokemon out and then using that to make progress or gain a better position versus this guy, right? Does that seem right?
Yeah, that seems very right.
Okay. But I click Iron Defense, and of course, this motherfucker has Encore as I try to Roar. So that sucks. So it's looking dire. I go hard Screamtail in a desperate attempt to
this was a game losing play.
It was. In my brain, I was like, okay, here I am Encored. Surely he just starts setting up in front of me, right? He'll just continue to bulk up. But no, he of course just clicks Rage Fist, and we get punished hard.
Yeah, in reality, when there is a Screamtail on the opposing team, the last thing that the opponent's going to do is click bulk up. Yeah. Because they know that they need to use this opportunity when this Pokemon's switching out to hit any of the guys in the back with a Rage Fist. Yeah. If it's Lou, then you still have to make an uncomfortable play afterwards.
Yeah, I agree. Especially since it wasn't Taunt, it was Encore, so that should realistically always be the play there. I don't think I have a great play in that turn. I think what I should have done was continue to Iron Defense until it's forced into an Encore turn, and then probably just pivot to Lou. Or then try and go Screamtail.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But anyways, if you'll notice in the team builder, that was our Annihilate check. We're fucked. This shit is going to roll my whole team. Although what I will say is that I did super misplay this. As you'll notice, I don't go to Kommo-o. Oh no, I do go to Kommo-o. Never mind. Yeah, he bulks up and then I roar because I'm the goat like that. So I should have done this shit like 3 turns ago, and I would have had my Screamtail. And now I'm like, okay, I just need Iron Defense. Oh yeah, we're soundproof, so we're roaring voices. He reveals helmet. It wasn't even boots, so like lol, the Greninja was like triple useless here. That shit was so ass. With spikes up, I could have legitimately just broken past the Aloe, and it's at 31. Annihilate comes back out as I'm locked into body press, so I'm like,
you're forced. Yeah.
So here, my only way to win this is to get rid of the leftovers and then try and like chip it down slowly while sacking my entire team to do it. That is like my only play here, and that really sucks. So I go for it. That is the only chance I have to win. My plan at this point is to kill the Annihilate and then just hope that somehow this fucking Iron Defense Kommo-o can like actually kill everything on the team. That is my entire plan. I am Terra Steel, and if I do get Iron Defensed up, this Treads actually does struggle to break me. So it felt like the only thing I could do. The rest of his team can't hit me super hard. So that's what I'm going to have to play for here. So we go for the switcheroo. We then go Tinglu. And we just throw off a fat-ass Ruination here. And I see that if it is Drain Punch, this is a pretty favorable roll for Tinglu to live 2 here. But as you will see, we do not hit whatever roll I was calcing. That shit
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you were talking with leftovers.
Yeah, but we get
so
crit
I mean,
anyways,
there's a chance that was like a max roll.
Yeah, we get crit anyways, so it really doesn't end up mattering. So it's still at 73. I dropped the wheelchair week 1. We all know that's where this is heading, folks. Goodbye. And then I just sack my Kommo-o like a dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Don't you kill this?
Yeah, I do crit it.
You get a crit.
So not a 6-0, guys. Not a 6-0.
Let's go.
And then, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do at this point, right? I mean, like, he does flip turn, so I'm like, okay, maybe I can kill.
He does have zero way of actually 1v1ing this fucking Sizzler.
Yeah.
Oh, except this.
Yeah, he's the Beery Fire Punch.
Okay.
And that is the whole game, folks. So, that was about as bad of a start to a season as you could have. We definitely misplayed a couple ways that we had to try and win the game, but you know, what can you do, right?
Yeah, the problem was just overextending when we had no info on the Annihilate set, because
No, oh wait, you're breaking up.
Every.
Oh jeez.
Why? Hello?
Hello? Say whatever you just said again.
Why am I breaking up? Hi. Okay. Everybody knows, like, the last move on an island is, like, the most important piece of actually outplaying it. It's, like, always bulk up, Rage Fist, Drain Punch. And then whether or not it's Taunt, Encore, Rest, it's so important. So you have to actually figure that out before committing to an Iron Defense or something like that. So
I was playing.
That was, like, the big thing.
I will say, I'm gonna upload this video first, but you know, this season ends up pretty interesting. So don't think that this is how every game is going to end up going.
Yeah, this was just like the figuring out how the team functions game.
For sure, and I mean I would say this was an unfavorable matchup. I won't straight up call it bad because Thundy was incredible here. But some misplays in the game and some missteps in prep, specifically this dumbass Greninja, was not ideal. I will say if I pumped turn 1 and just killed Treads, I think this game would have been, like, comically different. Regardless of whatever set I brought, because I could have tricked Annihilate an unfavorable item later instead of giving it a policy, which ended up not mattering at all. My spikes would have been up to stay, like, would have been there for the rest of the game, so that could have helped out chipping down the Annihilate. It would have been a completely different game, for sure, if I prepped a little bit better. But, you know, I mean, it was week 1. If we end up playing this person in playoffs, spoilers, we probably will if we end up making playoffs. Again, they're first seed right now. I think they're 4-1, right?
Yeah, they're the other, it's 4-1.
You fucker.
I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're
Don't bring attention to it.
Yeah, my bad. So anyways, again, pretty shitty week 1 performance from me, but my opponent played it pretty well. I don't know, man. What else is there to say about this game? I don't know why Lottie was here.
Yeah, we'll never know because it's not coming to the rematch. Because why would you bring it to the rematch?
Yeah,
well,
I agree.
I mean, I guess you see Terra fighting Thundy, and you're like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I would probably prep this game, like, entirely differently. So if this matchup ends up coming back, look forward to that one. It'll be a game of all time, folks. But anyways, guys, that's week 1. That's week 1. Woo! I'll probably upload this tomorrow and then just, like, do daily uploads until I catch up and play my week 6 game. That's probably the plan.
Daily, chef. Don't mind if I do.
Literally. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably, for freaking week 2. Which is a much better game, I promise. I won't spoil how it fucking goes, unlike someone else in this voice call. But
I didn't even do anything.
Anyways, bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.